What's up, guys? HOTSHOTFRONTIER back at it again with another video. In today's video, I want to talk about the top decks post Infinite Forbidden. And if you guys are watching this on the weekend, good luck with your sneak peek packs. I hope you pull the Fi Smith engine. Crossing my fingers. But we're on Duelist Nexus right now, and I just saw a few lists that I kind of want to talk about. Not go too in depth in terms of all the cards, but really just the new cards coming out of Infinite Forbidden. And I want you guys to let me know down below, what deck are you playing this format post Infinite Forbidden, and which deck is going to be taking Nats. All right, let's get right into this though. Starting off with Gimmick Puppet, and with the new support, of course, facilitating the FTK, it's insanely broken. Now the deck goes worse, going second, but going first, it's insane. Now with the new cards like Scream, you do have Bloody Doll. This is an import card, but I don't believe it's in the set yet. And then we do have the Little Soldiers, which is pretty much a one-card combo. And then you have the insane text on this field spell, Mansion of the Underworld Dolls. So this card pretty much protects the person who's playing Gimmick Puppets there from being destroyed by battle, and also unaffected by your opponent's activated non-XYZ monster effects. That's kind of broken in itself, right? You have this trap card that you just in case you can't FTK your opponent, it's still a really good card, kind of stay in the game. You do have the XYZ monsters, the rank up ones, of course, and then you have the Gimmick Puppet, Fantize Mechanics. So a lot of these cards are just broken. Really, every single one's broken because, again, one card starter, broken text on a field spell. But all these cards together will kind of FTK your opponent in that first turn and deal, I think it's about like 9,600 damage, somewhere around that. And you really just need 8,000, to to win that game. So from there though, it's broken. I don't know if this will immediately be hit on the next ban list in August, because they did tell us it's August. But we'll find out. We'll definitely find out what happens for the TCG. But moving on to the next one, we do have Memento, and Memento is a deck I haven't done too much research on, but with the new support from the Infinite Forbidden, we do have the Mystical Sheep, and we do have the, let me see if I can say it, the Mementolican Tekolika Combined Conqueror. Something like that. Did not say that correctly. But first off, I have to say I really do like how the Memento monsters are. They're like the older monsters, but they kind of have like a cyberpunk edge art style to it, and it's its own archetype. The Mystic Sheep will, if it's normal special summon, you can fusion summon one Memento fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material. And then of course, fusion monster is when it's fusion summoned, you can go ahead and send 3 Memento cards from your deck and or extra deck to the graveyard. Quick effect, you can target an equal number of Memento monsters you control, and cards your opponent controls, destroy them. And then the effect engrave is you can banish this card and add the other Mementolian card, which is the combined creation. So a lot of use that way. You can summon this, and pretty much you can target itself too and just kind of pop cards your opponent controls if you're going second, and then from there banish it and then add, of course, your boss monster too. So a lot of use that way. I believe that the new support really does help the deck, and I hope to see more tops with this deck for sure post Infinite Forbidden. Going into our next one, we have Valmonica, a deck that a lot of people do want to, they wanted to do better. It came out of a side set, it didn't really do too much, but with the inclusion of the Fi Smith engine, it will give it a lot more support. Plus, the Link 2 that it did receive is really good, in my opinion, too. I mean, it's unaffected by non-Valmonica card effects. While 6 or more resonance counters are on your field, it gains an additional attack each battle phase for each level 4 Valmonica monster you control. Then, once per turn, when your opponent would special summon a monster, quick effect, you can negate the summon. If you do, destroy that monster, then remove 3 resonance counters from your field. The trap card is really cool, too, because when your opponent special summons a monster, you can link summon into your Valmonica Link monster, which is kind of cool. And then if this card is sent from the hand or field to grave, you can place resonant counters on one card in your pendulum zone that you can place a resonant counter on until it has 3. So kind of already halfway there, because you 6, you kind of have broken effects. But with the inclusion with the Fi Smith engine, like I said, it really does help the deck far. Going into our next one, we do have Fi Smith Fabled Chimera, which it really is Fi Smith Chimera, but this specific version, what they build is they had more fabled cards for discard fodder and stuff like that. So I think with removing them, you can add more, of course, hand traps. But again, the Fi Smith engine is really cool. I don't know if what's better, Fi Smith Chimera probably, or Illusionist Chimera. So there are a lot of different ways you can go with that, but I think I am really interested to see how far the deck can go with the inclusion of Fi Smith. Next up is Fi Smith Voiceless, and again, nothing too crazy, just wanted to touch up on it that you can also include the Fi Smith engine into something like Voiceless Voice. Even though Voiceless Voice does well by itself, I think the inclusion of the engine will boost the potential of the deck even further up. Next up, we do have the Millennium cards. I am really hyped about this because it's very splashable as an engine. Plus, you can definitely play this pure. I mean, if we look at this, right, you have the new cards. You have the Wakes for Millennium. You have the, I think they called it the Cavemen or something for TCG. It's whatever. But you have Golem that guards the Millennium Treasures. You do have the Fiend Reflection of the Millennium. I believe we did get this one. I'm not too sure though. The Maiden of the Millennium Moon. And then you do have the Obliterate Blaze. You have the Exode Fires of Rage. And then finally, you have the fusion monster, really cool, the Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate. So pretty much, you open up any of these, right? For the most part, they go to your Spawn Trap Card zone. You can either pay 2,000 life points to summon them on field, and if you do, you can pretty much you reveal a. Sorry, either you pay 2,000 life points or you reveal a Millennium Ankh in your hand. Regardless, though, if summoned on field, you can go ahead and add a Millennium monster from your deck to your hand with this one. But there is an effect where it can actually add you the Millennium Ankh. You use the Millennium Ankh and go straight into your fusion summon of the Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate. And this card is really broken because if it battles, either attacks or gets attacked, it becomes the exact amount as your life points. So if your opponent tries to go over it, if if they have a monster that's higher than life points, then they can, but if not, they will take a lot of damage. And it is an Omni Negate, once per turn Omni Negate. During the end phase, you can set one Exode or Obliterate spell trap card from your deck, and then once per turn, you do take 1,000 life points during your standby phase. So initially, I thought this would be good with Runic, but you really kind of want to OTK your opponent in the battle phase by building up your monsters and either stacking them up for XYZ summon, or in this case, you can go Utopia route and kind of just stack for that one turn kill, of course. But yeah, what do you guys think about this deck? I'm very excited to actually play this at like locals or like a side event. It would be really cool to have and just kind of turn your Yu-Gi-Oh brain off sort of deck. It's really cool to play. Next up, we have Tempai, and with the new monsters, we have the Dora Draco, and you have the Tempai Dragon Genroku, and the very broken trap card, you have the Sengen Gaio. So pretty much starting from the top here, normal summon, you can add a level 4 lore fire dragon monster from your deck to your hand. That's the main effect. The other effects aren't really applicable, to be honest. And then you have the Tempai Dragon Genroku, really cool. This is a popular from Snake Eyes pretty much. Now Tempai has it. And then the really broken trap card here, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you end this main phase. So you force them till battle phase. It's kind of broken. You have to be very careful how you play around that. But past the trap card, of course, the new monsters here don't add a new combo to the deck. But what they kind of really do is they more guarantee what the deck already does. They can do it more consistently. So you really do want to be careful when you play against this deck, and don't want to play into something like the trap card, which is hard to do as well. Moving on to White Forest for the TCG. It's a really cool archetype. So it revolves around the level 2 and level 4 White Woods monsters. The level 4s are tuners, and the level 2s are just non-tuners. So pretty much you kind of want to just like synchro up into whatever you're kind of playing. With Runic, you're going around the Runic cards, but you're kind of also going with like if you send the spell trap cards, and based on this one, it's a monster effect, you can set the card, which is kind of cool. Past that though, the synchro monsters are really cool because they're also tuners. Like a lot of them can send spell trap cards from the hand or field, like this one. But what's really cool is a Silvera, which this card, if it's summoned, can flip. It's like a Book of Moon, and then synchro monsters, so it says illusion or spellcaster synchro monsters you control gain 500 attack. Also, if they attack a defense position monster, inflict double piercing damage. So if your opponent's not paying attention, this can definitely OTK your opponent. So it's really cool that way as well. But this is just the runic version. If we go into the Centurion version, which is also a very popular version, mixed up with the Centurion Axilla, you want to go into this, typically go like Crimson Dragon and kind of like Hot Red Calamity your opponent during their turn. This build is playing more of a like Supernova Dragon with the Cosmic Blazer Dragon. So, you know, not that it's not optimal, different, again, a lot of different versions out there. And then they are playing the new Max C in here too. So we'll see how that does in the TCG as well. That it's, you know, of course, coming out in Infinite Forbidden, but really cool deck though. I don't know which version is better. I think combo version, this is probably better. And I didn't find one with the toy cards too, because that is a very good engine if you're playing Whitewoods. Now, going on to one of our final ones, we have Ubel Fi Smith. I'm a huge fan of Ubel, and I like the addition of Fi Smith, giving it more of a you know, way to kind of just get to that board. So pretty much though, it's the same thing, just like I said with Voices Voice, it's just the inclusion of this. But I do like how this person actually tries to have their cake and eat it too, because they're adding the super polys here so they can actually just board wipe their opponent with Ubel, the Loving Defender Forever, but they're also playing combo with the Phantom Ubel. So I would actually be interested to see if this specific version would work out, or you really do have to pick a side, either Super Poly with the Loving Defenders, or just kind of just go full combo with Phantom Ubel and play 3 copies too. And I can't even imagine the extra deck is so tight. So I might actually try a version of this and see how it goes. If not, I might have to pick a side. Finally, go, of course, you guys already know, Fi Smith Snake Eye, probably the best deck coming you know, post Infinite Forbidden. Just this consistency is crazy with the addition of the Fi Smith engine, enabling you to summon Beatrice, or you can even go with the DDD Wave High King Caesar. It's up to you, but Beatrice will dump, of course, the Snake Eye Ash, and then you can go into the Promethean Princess Flames, and then just kind of just summon back that Ash, add your popular, and then just go from there. That's just full combo. So you guys tell me which deck you are playing with this format. I am very curious. And again, congrats, you know, if you guys are going to sneak peek and support your locals, hope you guys pull the Fi Smith engine. But that is it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure to give it a huge like, comment down below your thoughts on the video, and again, what are you playing this format? And if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on so you're updated the moment I upload new videos. All right, guys, that's it for me. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.